All right. I think we're live. I'll wait for Steve to confirm before I start talking too much, but I think we're live.
We'll let you know as soon as that delay hits. Here we go.
All
We're
right.
good.
I think we're live. I'll wait for Steve to another Building Mogo live stream. If this is your first one coming
We'll
on,
let you know
what
as
I'm doing
soon
is
as
a
that
mock
delay
of
hits.
Mogo from
Here we go. We're good.
I think we're live. I'll wait for Steve to is the Building Mogo live stream. If this is your first one coming
We'll
on,
let you know as soon as that delay hits. Here we go. We're good.
I think we're live. So far, what we've done is rings from the live stream. How's Mogo set first time?
We'll let you know as soon as that delay hits. Here we go. We're good.
I think we're live. So far, what we've done is rings from the live stream. How's Mogo set first time?
We'll let you know as soon as that delay hits. Here we go. We're good.
I think we're live. So far, what we've done is rings from the live stream. How's Mogo set?
Do you potentially have the stream running in the background on your side? Because I hear. Here we go. We're good.
I think we're live. So far, what we've done. I did, but I wasn't hearing.
Because I've got the
audio.
stream muted on my end. It's very
I
weird.
just muted it because I didn't even hear any audio playing, but I've got it there, so hopefully that's okay.
Alright, cool.
Professional YouTuber.
Hell yeah.
Alright. So professional.
That's what a decade of experience gets you.
I mean, I've been doing it for longer than that.
A decade and a half of experience.
I'm not sure. I think my first video, well, it's not up anymore, but my first video I did post in high school, so it's getting up there, Steve. I'm getting to be an old man.
Every now and then I'll go on YouTube and find like a video I remember laughing at in like middle school or high school, and it'll say posted 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, so those 4 thingies go in there, and then this goes off to the side somewhere to continue with later. It's just so fragile.
I'm fascinated
right
by this.
What's up?
I'm fascinated by this. Like, I have no idea how it's all going to come together, but it's going to come together.
It's gonna come together. I'm building like a... I don't know, it's kind of weird to look at. It's just a thing in the instructions. This is going to be like the most abstract part, I think, for anyone to see. So, yeah, it's just a big thingy.
So, as a parent and as a Lego builder, I got to ask you, the number one thing to step on that's going to hurt, like the platonic ideal of things that will hurt to step on, is Lego is always number one. But what's the second most painful toy of a child that you can step on?
Oh, man, that's a hard one. Because I have definitely fucked myself up on a couple different things.
Exactly. You've got experience. I'm curious. Because I think I have an answer, but you might have a better one.
Probably like the like just random puzzle pieces, because especially for the little kids, they have like little pegs in the middle of the puzzle to help you hold the big chunky piece and put it in, and so that's just like similar to like the Lego stud that's just really concentrated right in the pain centers of the brain.
That does sound painful.
Yeah. So yeah, probably that.
I was thinking like a Hot Wheels car would probably hurt like hell.
Especially because some of them are metal, like all metal too. So,
Right.
yeah.
And if they've got little spoilers on them or something, like that'll dig into your heel.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that being a painful one. How's my angle on the build? Am I like in a good spot on this? You can actually see what I'm doing here.
Oh yeah. I don't have any issues on this side.
Okay.
It looks basically the same as last time.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure. Actually, I did hike the camera up to see the stream. Oh no, we're good. All right, I forgot I moved it back down. So yeah, just making a thing.
Nice. Love making things.
Yeah. What is the thing? Couldn't tell you. But it's being made. I think I'm going to use probably all of these relatively soon, so I'm going to leave those right there.
So you've got everything split up into bags. How many bags do you have, do you think?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 bags and just a shit ton of piles, and that's like what's left because I've just opened bags and like split them up as I've been going here. So
it's a massive project, damn.
Yeah, no, like the what I can show you. So like these 3, I think, were the main bags that everything was kept in, and basically all of them were chock full before I started dumping everything out. And I tried to, like, the night before we did the first stream, I tried to go through and organize things a little bit better, just as, like, here's these technical elements, put them together in a little bag, da-da-da-da-da. But we've seen how well that worked. I've also got, like, parts that I didn't use because I was like, this is green. I don't know if I need that. And so I went and found the same piece but in different color just because I wasn't sure if I'd need that. And now I'm like 100% certain this was supposed to be like in these things. So I could have done a better job in some ways of like just denying myself certain colors in certain situations, but it also would have helped if it took me less than a year to get all the pieces together, because I probably would have remembered what needed to be what color at different times, but here we are.
See, that's what really gets you with stuff like this, is the short-term memory of keeping everything together and then not having consistent time to work on a project.
No, I did that wrong. Yeah, no, it's like, because the advantage I have when I do buy off of like Bricklink and stuff is I try to make sure that I've got a number of builds all at one time. So like I'm trying to get parts right now, not for this really anymore, but there's like a mock someone made of the tumbler from Batman Begins and Dark Knight that looked really cool, and so I downloaded the pieces that I need for that, and I've got like down to, I think I just need like 5 or 6 more pieces, which is great. But so I've got that going, and I've got parts for just random Green Lantern piece projects and stuff, and I've just got my thing broken down into a lot of lists. But the advantage of it is, well, when I need something, I'm not just buying one part for one project. I can get everything kind of grouped together at different times. So maybe I just need one more part to finish one build, but when I buy that one part from a seller, I can find the cheapest version of it, and then I can get all of them sent together at the same time with a bunch of other stuff, just to not necessarily finish any other lists, but whittle them down. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, the disadvantage, though, is it takes a really long time to finish collecting all the pieces for a build.
Back when I was still playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh!, TCG Player, the website you'd go to buy single cards, had this really nice feature where you could add everything that you wanted, like all the single cards, to your basket. And then after everything was in the basket, you could hit a button, and what it would do is it would see if it could optimize your cart by getting everything from it, the least number of sellers possible. And usually when it did that, it would give you like 3 or 4 options where it's like you could do 5 different sellers and pay like $20 in shipping, or you could do like 2 different sellers and pay like $10 for shipping, and you would basically just go with whatever option made the most sense. And that used to be a lifesaver because I didn't have to like scour every seller's individual page to figure out what they had and didn't have.
Yeah, I posted a video because Bricklink has a feature like that, but it drives me up the wall because there's no way it makes sense. Um,
Mm.
because you get like these sellers that I think know that and take advantage of it, so they'll like make their store read as if they've got everything, every single part ever made, and they'll just
Oh.
charge a stupid amount of money for it. And then what I think they do is when they sucker someone into buying that part, then they'll just go and find it as cheap as possible and like ship your order to you. Because some of the like price differences are just stupid between different sellers. Like it's just offensive that like there's always someone who's trying to get the have the lowest price for a piece. So they'll be like 5 cents where other people have like 25 or 30 cents or whatever. But then you go to the highest price for just a random element, and some people have like not a special piece at like $30, and then the next like price below it is like the next highest price will be at most like $10 or something. It's just a ridiculous discrepancy. So I think people like kind of realize that an exploit of the BrickLink system, and are just doing that to try to screw people over.
I I wonder if the reason people are able to do that on Bricklink versus TCG Player is with cards, everything is sold based on the condition of the card, versus with Legos, that's probably not a factor when you're adding it to your cart. So, like, if you tried to do that on TCG Player, then you'd be on the hook to try and find an identical card from the same print run marked for the same condition. And at that point, you're just making your job a lot harder as opposed to optimizing the cart. So people just don't do that.
That could honestly be it. It's so hard to like really get a good sense of it. This pipe isn't as long as the other pipe. Weird. I don't think it matters, so I'm just gonna. Oh no, I forgot to put the bushing on there. That's the difference. Yeah, I like because like it's not that piece quality doesn't matter, but like the quality is just new or used, and if it's like really like heavy playware, then the seller will usually list that in the description just to like make sure people are aware. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of wild. Oh, I have these facing the wrong way. Oh no, not the bushing. Okay, yeah. So I see what you're saying. So that might be part of it. That could be part of like the scam. But I don't know. It just drives me crazy. Of like, because you'll do it, and Bricklink will go ahead and go, okay, this is the seller that has the most SKUs you're looking for, and I'm like, yeah, but there's just no way that's cheaper. Maybe I'm just monkey brain about it. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem like conceptually possible for it to be cheaper to like, even if you're only paying one shipping fee, to pay 5 times the price of every single piece just to get it from one seller.
A similar problem I've run into is there are certain trading card websites where even if you optimize your cart and use the least number of sellers, the website still does every item as its own individual transaction. So if it's $5 shipping for one item from one seller, 5 items from that seller are 5 separate $5 shipping charges.
Yeah, that's annoying as hell.
Yeah, and even though they do it that way, they'll still send everything in one package. So you'll get one envelope with like 20 cards in it, but you will have paid however many transaction numbers in shipping for that one package.
That's nice. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm sorry I made an accidental swastika.
I didn't even notice. Where's Joey Steele when you need him?
Yeah. He's over here somewhere. Here I come to save the day.
Hey, it's Joey Steele.
Joey Steele. Noted environmentalist and honorary Native American war chief Joseph
That's so
Stalin.
fucking cool. That's so cool. I love that.
Oh, that fucking killed me. I was like, no way, man. Just...
Honestly, good for him.
What I think it is, in doing all my research, one thing I realized was, like, they've been, demonizing the USSR for years and years, but then during the war, it's like, well, fuck, they're the ally now, so they had to, like, try to rehabilitate it, and they did such a good job that they had a really hard time initially, like, unrehabilitating it. Just kind of amusing. So
That's so funny.
Yeah, shit's wild.
They did too good a job.
Yeah, like they spent so long. Oh, they're evil and they don't understand our ways, and they're like, now they're our ally. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, here's getting to use all the oddball colored pieces, so get to throw some purple up in this bitch.
I don't think I've mentioned it before, but very, very nice Spider-Man PJ bottoms.
Oh, no, they're new. I just got them recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They look good.
Thanks. Okay, did I do something wrong? Because this isn't working. What? Goes there and there. Are these like old molds and the connection doesn't work anymore?
Uh-oh.
Because it's got the same little cutout foot pattern. Yeah, that's right. And the cutouts are facing there. Is it supposed to be like this? I'm so confused. Let me try it with a different piece. Does it work better?
First complication has struck.
Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. I just broke that trying to get it on there. Am I facing this the right way? Yeah, so wheel down. Chairs up. I mean, this piece is rough, but it doesn't look bent to me. To get that connected there, am I using the wrong... No, it's just a 2x4. And they're just supposed to go right on the side here to add strength. Huh. I am absolutely perplexed by this.
When you say old mold, do you mean like they're not compatible or like one of them was worn out?
Let me try the other side. Yeah, look, it's just not lining up to connect. Did I miss something in between these? So, onto the thing, wheel on top, and then the first one there, and then another on top of that, both going through there. Flip it over, boom, boom, 2 plates. Yeah, no, I followed all the directions, right? This is really interesting. Sometimes Lego updates a piece just, in subtle ways. What I think it might be is this line here might just be thinner on the newer piece, because just no matter what I do, if I click it on the top one, it doesn't want to line up and click on the bottom one. If I click it there, it breaks it to try to do that. So that's not the way to go.
Probably a bad call.
Yeah, I wonder if I could use a longer plate if it would work. Because it just looks like I'm missing height or something here. If I just put, just to see, just use a random plate in the middle there. If I just put these, or maybe I've got it turned the wrong way? I wonder if I turned it the wrong way. That's an interesting thought. Maybe it matters which side it's... Yeah, that was the problem. Ha ha ha. All right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so the direction of orientation matters. So the... Okay. I see what I was doing wrong. All right, good. Well, just glad to know I didn't need new pieces. I was like, it looks exactly the same, but maybe it's this or that. I don't know. Where are my tiny Technic axles at? That's the bushings. There they are. Tiny Technic axles. It's time for tiny Technic axles.
Warner Brothers finally put Animaniacs on Tubi, so I watched a couple episodes of that recently, and that show is still funny as hell.
I never got super hard into Animaniacs. I liked Pinky and the Brain a lot better.
Pinky and the Brain is really good. With Animaniacs, I think because it's all just really short sketches with only like one or two bits with the Warner Brothers and Dot, it's probably more hit or miss than something like Pinky and the Brain. But I feel like every time I watch that show, I always just end up with the good episodes.
Yeah. I don't know, for me I think it's just the, like the premise of Pinky and the Brain is just inherently more interesting to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it was just so unique and like a pitch. It felt like it just kind of fit that, those like dynamics that existed a little bit better for like the Looney Tunes characters.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know, because I don't know if I could see Animaniacs necessarily like fitting in with the old Looney Tunes characters the same way I could see like Pinky and the Brain fitting in. But that just might be me. I don't know.
I think that you're onto something because in a way that's essentially the whole pitch of the show is that the Animaniacs, the Warner Brothers and their sister Dot are so crazy they don't fit in anywhere, so they get locked in the Warner Tower. And then when they get let loose, it's just mayhem all the time, and no one likes it. But I always liked all the side stories they did. Like they used to have that segment, Good Idea, Bad Idea. That was fun. And the Good Feathers is fun. And Sassy the Squirrel I liked a lot. I thought all that stuff was cute.
The Good Feathers was pretty funny, just in the like fact that it had to be. It's just so current for the time that it came out.
Did you ever watch Freakazoid? Were you a Freakazoid guy?
No, I can't say that I was. Oh, that's a lot.
Oh, okay, because that's the other big show.
Huh. I'm building a thing, but it's got weird proportions. That doesn't click in anywhere. That's just okay. Okay, no, I am connecting it in. Okay, good. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. It's just gonna hold. Okay, no, I'm not connecting it in. I'm just adding these things to add tension, I guess. Or maybe it's gonna connect to these holes. I don't know. Trust the process. Okay, there we go. Special Technic piece usage. Got it. Oh. Just trust the process, Ian. Just trust the process. Oh.
I've just been made aware of a short film from 2006 called Sam Remembers Papa Kong, which is, you guessed it, a monkey reminiscing about King Kong. I'm very curious why this exists and why I've never heard of it before.
All right. So here's a discussion we've been having for a while. You see a lot of like flex here in the ring, and I've just made this really weird thing. And so what I'm going to do is it's going to slide in somewhere. And actually, before I slide this in, if I'm remembering my build correctly, this is where the ring goes on. So Mogo's about to
Oh.
get the ring. Good for Mogo. We're all so happy. But it means I can't display it there anymore, so that's a little disappointing. But there we go. So the ring's going to go on right there in the little skeletal structure. So it's as close to the core as I could get it. And then I'm
It's
going to...
all coming together.
Yeah, and then I'm going to add this in as best as I can. But it's kind of hard to get it to line up. So bear with me. By the way, if you ever had to, like, I don't know, tell someone you were in danger, now bear with me here, without, like, actually cluing them into what danger you were in, now bear with me here, what subtle, bear with me here, message, bear with me here, would you try to use, bear with me here, to let people know, bear with me here. All right, so I'll hold it from
Gee,
here.
I have no clue. I wonder.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's still got a little bit of flex, but it's much, like, stiffer now. So that's kind of cool how that worked. And yeah, there's the Green Lantern ring just kind of hanging out inside Mogo now, so that's cool. We'll just hope that doesn't break at any point.
I was gonna say it seems a little precarious on camera.
I mean, it's dangling, but it's a ring shape, so it's locked in there. It can't go anywhere, and this is all connected to a 2x3 plate, so it doesn't really have anything to hit, and it's not like I'm going to be whooshing this around the house all the time, so I think I'm good. We'll find out. If I start hearing pieces rattle, I'll know what it is.
It's the beauty of Legos.
Well, I thought I'd be building something else, but it said bring this back over, so here we go. Okay, so this goes on a side. I don't know if it necessarily matters, but it wants me to put it, reorient this thing, so I'm looking at the instructions the correct way. It wants me to put it right there, and just use a regular Technic pin. And just bloop, because that's where the tires are going to go, I guess. This was probably my favorite detail, where when I was looking at the pieces, I was like, what? Before I looked at, like, the instructions, I was just looking at the pieces needed to build the globe set, and I was like, why are there tires? Oh.
Planet's got to roll.
Yeah. So these guys connect in here, and then they're just gonna go right there inside the build, which is so bizarre. And I don't know if I actually want it there or not. Well, maybe, because the conception is that this is going to add weight, so that when it's positioned in here, it gives the thing, like, the right axis. So that's almost directly opposite this panel with the Green Lantern symbol on it. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. I think that makes sense.
Very cool.
Yeah. Got so much stuff right here in the middle of the build area because I didn't expect to need the ring space again. Alright. And now we're building up the panels for the side. Okay. So 2x3 plates, got a ton of those, is where it's all starting from. So now I can move this off to the side because that is just getting obnoxious. Alright, so 2x3 plate, and then one of these bricks, another 2x3 plate next to it. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Get to use these big old pile of these. So I'll just pull out a stick of them for now. So that goes in the middle. And then... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I'm fucking up already. That goes in the middle. And then this goes to one side. And then I use these little inverted slopes on each side. Got it. We're getting places. I don't know if they're anywhere good, but we're getting there. Alright.
We're getting to Mogo looking more like himself.
Yeah. Themself. Mogo's non-binary.
Themself.
Gosh, Steve.
That's true. My bad. Forgot the gender identity of the fictional planet.
Yeah. I do like it better when someone remembers that while writing the GL books, if they don't use the big guy, him, if they actually remember Mogo's non-binary. Oh, alright, so one of those.
We were talking about this a little bit before, but I've been reading a bunch of early Green Lantern stuff, and it's shocking just how few stories involve anything space related.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing in those early days. Even when you get to Kyle, a lot of it's on Earth, and I'm just like, what are you guys doing? You realize this is the space book, right?
There's a whole story where a criminal has been let out of jail, and he's after Hal Jordan's dad, or not his dad, his uncle. And his uncle is having a big birthday party with Hal's two brothers. And you get to the house, and because they are Hal's brothers, they look exactly like him. So there's just the artist has just drawn the same face 3 times on every panel, and it's the laziest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. For all the Jack Kirby was robbed, and this artist did so much, there is a lot of someone was here collecting a paycheck, and that was all they were there to do.
It's just so funny that someone was like, here's the concept, all right? There's a space cop with a ring that he can construct anything, and he's in charge of protecting an entire cluster of planets. What do you want to write about? Well, what if him and his 2 brothers got into a dorky birthday party adventure?
Yep. No, that's a classic Green Lantern. It's not even growing pains. They do that shit all the time. I can tell you all about Kyle's landlord who owns a small business of a cafe that Kyle visits all the time. His name's Ragu. He's a nice I think he's French immigrant. And he owns the cafe Kyle lives above, and he gets into misadventures and is constantly commenting on the girls in Kyle's life. Which isn't to say that there's not space stuff. By the time you get to Kyle, there's more space stuff, but it takes a while. Spends a lot of time on Earth.
It's very strange, just how little they end up doing that. I mean, for all the problems of the Steve Englehart era, at least they were in space for a lot of it.
You'd think. Okay.
Random guy 63736 says, "Yo,
random guy, how you been?"
It's been random.
Yeah, he certainly has. 5L. Okay, I'm feeling fucked up because there's no way that was wrong twice. Yeah. Okay, I was wrong twice. Okay, my bad.
At least you weren't wrong a third time.
Yeah, Technic axles, just not my strong suit. Don't do a lot of Technic build. Though I did get into it a little bit when I was working on reorienting my DC scene a little bit. I spent a lot of time trying to make some Technic lift arms, because I'd seen a couple of official sets, the Milano from Guardians of the Galaxy came with this little Technic structure that you built, and this ship just like sits on it. So you have like a cool little suspended stand for the ship. So I got into that with my DC scene and added a bunch of those.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with how they turned out, honestly. Okay, so that's connecting there. But I used the wrong techniques. God damn it.
Progress.
Mm-hmm. It's a funny thing. Okay. We'll get there.
I meant to take a picture. I forgot, but I went to the hobby store with my friend earlier today, and we went to the model car section just to kind of see what they had, because they've got like real cars, but then they've also got like a bunch of fictional cars, like the Green Hornet car, the James Bond Aston Martin and stuff. But you'll never believe what car we found in the pile of the fictional ones. We found Fred Flintstone's car.
Oh, that's cool.
If it was like $10-$20, I probably would have bought it, but it was like $55, so I was like,
ridiculous.
It might be a little too much.
Who has that kind of money for Fred Flintstone's fucking jalopy?
Doesn't even have wheels, like, it doesn't even have working wheels because they're stone. So you just build it and it's a paperweight.
That's ridiculous. They're actual made of stone?
Well, they're not made of actual stone, they're made of plastic, but they do not spin from what I could tell.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It would have been a very cool thing to build and mess with if it was just like, half that price.
This 4 long. I'm going to save that white one because I might need that later. We'll see. Okay. Looks like we need 2 of these. Oh boy, this is where things start getting interesting. Okay, so 2 of those, 1 of those, and then Technic brick, and then 1 of these. Okay. And then another 1 of you. And this little fucking claw clip. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Alright. Ooh, that's really loose in there. I don't like that, but okay. We'll roll with it. And now I'm building like so many elements just for one little section. I get to keep doing this over and over again. That's funny. Okay, so you go in there, and then the half pins are right here. Oh boy, okay. I need to get rid of some of these bags, otherwise I'll be dipping and diving over and over and over again. Alright, half pin, and then another 1 of you with another half pin. Oh man, this is interesting.
It's getting complicated.
It's getting complicated fast, man. Alright, these are going right here before that piece. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I don't know if it's somewhere good, but we're getting somewhere.
We're seeing the sights.
Yep. I think that's right, and I think this one would go on this side then. So yeah, just created the base to put that little thing on. And then that's connecting to this. So we get this whole structure, and then this will all connect to the basically that's how that's gonna work. The dish will go. So I get to do this, I don't know, 8 or 9 times. It wants me to build 2 just like that. So we get to go back and do that all over again, and then I get to look at because these they just want to leave blank in the instructions, but I don't think I left as much blank space on Mogo. I didn't make Mogo a primarily ocean planet. Um, so then I'll have to go back and consult my build to see how this all comes together. Oh.
It's a real work in progress, but it's a fun one.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm having a good time. I hope you are.
I just love any kind of Lego making, model making, crafty thing.
Yeah. So are you committing to the Megas build? Is that happening?
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it probably after I do the Green Lantern one. I'm gonna try and send you for Christmas this year.
Awesome.
So that'll happen first, but the Magus one will happen after that probably.
That sounds hype. I'm excited for the Megas one.
What I did find at the hobby store today is they sell decal stencils that are basically like the same material as painter's tape, and they come in like a assortment of pre-made shapes. So you can just put them on something and then paint within the stencil and peel it right off. And they had some for perfect circles of different sizes, flames, like numbers, letters, all kinds of stuff. So I'll probably grab a few of those and try to use that to try and get the flames on both sides.
Oh, that's a good idea. Especially, like, you can use the circles to get at least the shape for the eyeball and the 8-ball.
Yeah, that'll just be a matter of, like, how big the circles on the stencils are versus the kit, but they should be workable. I don't think they're too big.
Yeah. What I did, I don't know if this would be like the right size for you, but it might put you in the right idea, is I got a leather hole punch, just like a little round thing that's used for like making belt holes, and I used that because it comes with a bunch of different sizes of circle, and I'll use that to punch out circles for my Lego decals when I do custom Lego decals, and I need that.
Oh, that's a really good idea. That would actually be the perfect size, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, this goes on the outer edge. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I'll grab the thing real quick and show you, just because we're talking about it. It gives me a chance to stretch my legs, and I almost died. Where did I put it? It's over here somewhere. Ah, there we go. I won't even take it out of the package, but yeah, so this is the thing I use. So like each of these little black things is a different size diameter circle. I've seen some kits on like Amazon that are like little just like imagine like a drill bit kit, but it's just holes. So it's little cylinders, and basically you just would line it up wherever you want to cut the hole with the bottom that's got a nice sharp edge, and then you just like take a hammer or something and click the top, and it punches a hole.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, so I kind of wish I'd gotten those instead of this thing, because this is limited. It doesn't have as many sizes, whereas those seem to have a bunch of different variety of sizes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hobby drills I've seen at the store that do similar things that come with different size drill bits. But Matt actually learned this lesson the hard way because he started building some Gundam kits recently too. But every time you buy something from Bandai, even if it's a tool or a base, you also have to build it. So you could buy the Bandai brand little mini drills, but you have to build the drill once you open the box.
That's insane. What? Why?
Why not?
Yeah. I did actually get one of those, so it's interesting when we have overlap like this. Because I did get one of those little mini drill things and stuff, because I needed to decapitate a Lego cat.
Fun.
Yeah. I showed it to another guy at work who's like into toys and stuff, and he looked at it and he goes, "You're going to toy hell for that one."
I think I've got most of the stuff I would need for the Magus build. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is I'm trying to find a Gundam kit that's got a part similar to the fins that he has on his back.
Gotcha.
That's proven to be a little tricky, but I'm thinking maybe if I find like a model ship or something, I can just break them off of those.
Yeah, that could work. Or I mean, because they're meant to be like the wings on like tail lights. So
Right.
if you can't find a Gundam kit, maybe start looking at like old models of like old classic cars, like Cadillacs and stuff.
Yeah, and if not a model, then maybe like a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox car that has them, and I can just try and saw them off.
Yeah, just I don't know about like the scale, but I'd think like the model kits might have, you'd be at an advantage because it'd still like be plastic that's meant to be painted and stuff.
That's true, yeah.
Because I know that could be like a problematic thing. But yeah, that's just what I would that'd be my first thought, because I think that's one of the features Coop adds, if I'm remembering the show correctly. I don't think Megas has
I think
those,
so.
Megas his whole hands on them.
Yeah, I don't remember 100% what he looks like before Coop gets his hands on him, but I do think the fin things on the back are his additions.
Yeah.
And then on the back of his legs, he's got these two little black plates, and one of them's got like a painting of like a girl laying down, and that's going to be tricky as hell to paint.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I would not fuck around with painting. I would just look fully into decals, because that's just me. I'm not a painter. I do not have those skills. I do not have the skills to pay those bills.
What I'll probably end up doing for some of that hard stuff is just try and print them out on paper and then turn them into stencils, and then just try my best with those.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I've done is just lean as far into printing as I can. The only problem I'm really having is trying to get the prints to stick, or the stencils to stick. Or not stencils, the decals, there we go, to stick to the pieces. A lot of times it's not that big a deal, but the problem I'm running into... Hold on, let me look at the instructions here real quick, because I think they're just having... Okay, they're going to have me add the land masses later before I clip it all in, so that's good. These pieces can just chill off to the side. I'm having trouble getting the decals to stick to pieces, not when they're flat. When they're flat, they stick great, and it looks so good and clean. Any kind of curved surface, though, I'm having just a nightmare of a time getting to stay, and it's driving me nuts. Like my Napa build that I did, because he's got all those decals on him and stuff. The ones on his pecs, the scars I put on his pecs, look great. They hold, they're perfect, that's no problem. But everywhere else, I put those scars all over his arms and stuff. It's just a mess. It just constantly is peeling up, and I'm so annoyed.
Have you tried decal softeners and setters?
No, I need to look into it. Because I was
can
talking
send you
to
a
you
couple
about that
links.
That one guy that does all the Dragon Ball figure repaints and stuff. And I saw it in his video, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that might be the way to go." It just
so there
laid down so perfect.
There's a company called Mr. Hobby that makes a lot of the stuff that I use for Gundam kits, but I mean it's basically for anything that's plastic. But they've got these two different brands. There's Mark's Softener and Mark's Setter.
Mm-hmm.
The setter you put onto a plastic surface before you put the decal, and it just helps it adhere better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the softener you put on a curved surface so that it actually softens the decal and lets it rest on the curve better.
Interesting. Yeah, that sounds like that might be kind of what I need. So what I did is I got this transparent printable sticker paper. And I've got my own issues that I deal with because I can't print white. So, like, that becomes a problem in its own right in some ways. But the bigger problem I deal with is just stuff not staying flat. So.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on it, the softener is a good tool for that kind of stuff. Just have some like Q-tips ready so that you can soak up the excess.
Yeah, I might have to look into it. Like I said, that those DB repaints really like turned my head. I was like, oh shit, but I just haven't had the time for it. There's another method that I want to try, but I'm debating about it because I would need to buy a whole new printer to do it. I tried it with just the printer I have at home already, and it doesn't work because it's an inkjet, so it like smears the ink. But basically what this guy on YouTube did is he took like the waxy part of label paper, and he ran that, and it like, you know, with his laser color printer, it printed perfect and nice and flat and quick. And then he applied this, like, I don't even know what it is. I went out and bought it from fucking Michael's. But it's like this like liquid matte transfer. And so then he laid the printed image down on the Lego piece and like bound them together for half an hour or something, and then they the print perfectly transferred over. And I was like, holy shit.
Oh.
So that might be better than any like thing I could do with a decal anyway, because then it would actually be printed physically onto the piece, and you wouldn't be dealing with the thing Lego deals with, or the reason Lego doesn't always just do stickers is with the printed piece you don't have that extra width that the sticker adds and undermines the cohesion of the piece to like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so like these two bricks here, like if one of them had a sticker on it, I couldn't get them as perfectly close together. But you can get it with a print because the print doesn't add dimension. So, I don't know. I've been thinking about that, but it would mean I would have to buy a fucking laser printer. So that's like another $200-$300 down the drain.
I mean, doesn't hurt to have a laser printer, I guess, for other things too.
Yeah. Just one of those things. Can always use a laser.
That's
laser
funny.
Who doesn't need a laser printer? It prints lasers, Steve.
Exactly. Of course. How do you think the Death Star worked? It was all on laser printers.
Okay, I'm tired of getting into this bag. I'm dumping these out too. Those took forever to find it. Like, I just need to show this fucking bag. Look at how many of these things I'm gonna have to use.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Oh, how's it? I just moved the thing, I realized. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, we're still good. Oh, I've got messages in Discord. Oh, it's you send the
I just sent you that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I need to... I might do that, I don't know. But I am also thinking, man, what's another $200-$300? Like...
It's the thing about hobbies, man. It's just, you can always justify it.
Yeah, no, I can justify it. I can't justify it to my wife, but I can justify it to myself.
Yeah, there's been stuff here and there that I've been tempted to invest in just because I feel like I would use it a ton. Like a hot glue gun, I feel like I would use a lot. And an airbrush, I feel like I would use a lot. But at a certain point, it's not even a matter of money as much as it's a matter of, like, space. Like, where the hell am I going to put all this?
I mean, I've got a craft box up in the attic. That's where we keep our hot glue gun. And I've got just, like, a little pile over by the computer. Because, like, I was so excited about a thing because I found when Joann's was closing down, I found a vinyl cutter on sale for like less than $100, which was nice. I was like, well, maybe yeah, because like I could use this to get really precise mechanical cuts for my decals, and I think that'd look really good. I think it's gonna be worth it. Nah, it does such a shit job compared to just using the fucking X-Acto knife. So now it's just been sitting in that box, and I got nothing I can do with that. I need to find a way to sell it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and so like I'm kind of worried about that, but like with the laser printer, like what if this doesn't work? What if it looks like shit? Oh.
No test running those.
Yeah, no, that's the real problem. Like my work has a color laser printer, so I've thought about like, well, could I print it at work? But like, no, the ink would dry by the time I would be able to get it home. Oh. All right, so then it wants me to make another one of those. So we'll go back up in the instructions and start again. It said times 2. I should have just made it as I was going. Made 2 as I was going, but here we are. Fuck all that.
That's all right. Live and learn.
Live and learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Something I've discovered over the last couple months of working on some of these models is the more I do like just the regular standard builds of whatever comes in the box, the more I want to like mess around with custom jobs.
Oh yeah.
And I found out today at the hobby store they're actually coming up with a game where it's like a tabletop game where everybody just brings in their own model kit. And you can either do one based on just a regular Gundam kit, or you can do your own custom one. And your custom one can have its own custom rules and weapons and stuff. And the guy who works at the store was showing off one that he made, and he gave it like this energy weapon that's like double-sided and it separates, and he was having a ball describing it, and it made me wonder maybe I need to like start getting into more custom designs.
I mean, I've been wondering if you're going to try doing like a kit bash or something at some point. Because, like, as much fun as doing a official model is, there's nothing quite like when you just start doing your own stuff with the same tools.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what, like, got me reinvested in Lego. Because a couple of years back, I'd gotten back into it a bit. And I bought a couple sets, and then I was like, gosh, I'm just spending so much money on these sets, and you know they're fun to build the one time, but you're just like kind of following the directions. But the thing that kept me going since this really was the fact that I got into trying to make my own designs and creations a lot more instead of just what I'm doing here, copying someone else's instructions, but heavily modified compared to where I was a couple years back. Not a couple, over 10 years back. I'm old, Steve. I got old. I don't know when it happened. I told you not to let me do that. And
I'm sorry. I forgot.
I don't know when it happened, Steve, but I got old.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to like just being creative and doing whatever you want with like the pieces that are in front of you. So like that might be something I do with some of the backlog kits that I am not as interested in building right away.
Yeah. I just wonder if there's like, because I know like fucking Studson Studios just has fucking boxes of Gundam kit, random bits and bobs. I'm wondering if it's all just like he's been doing it for so long he's just got them, or if he just like goes to fucking thrift stores and just finds, you know, half finished Gundam kits. So
and I don't know if I told you. I don't know if I told you about the brand or not, but there's a brand called 30 Minute Missions, and they have a bunch of different lines based on genre. So like there's 30-minute missions, which is like all mechas and tactical, but there's also like 30-minute fantasy and like 30-minute history and all that stuff. So what basically all of their kits are completely original designs, completely original characters and stuff, but they're all built on like sort of a Lego principle where all of the pieces assemble in block shapes and they're all compatible with each other. So like if you got a 30-minute fantasy kit of weapons and like a 30-minute mission like robot, you could put them together however you wanted. So I've been looking into those a little bit, and I was thinking maybe I could start with those, maybe do like my own little custom paint job of them. So that might be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be exciting to try to do. I'd be
Yeah,
incredibly interested in
there's
seeing it, if
stuff.
nothing else.
Yeah, I will keep you posted. And the nice thing about the 30-minute mission stuff is like it's all considerably cheaper than Gundam. So like I could get a bunch of those for less than $50 compared to like one $50 Gundam kit.
Jeez, man. Yeah. that's a good reason to start.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll see. That might work out.
Okay, so there's 2 of those and 2 of those. And I think the way this works, because obviously if I put those next to each other, it would be way too big. So I think, did I put these on wrong? Because that doesn't seem right. That's way too big a gap. Well, they do curve in a little bit. It still doesn't seem right. Go back up. No, that's correct. Maybe these are... Oh, I used the wrong slopes on these. Whoops. Something like that's way too big. There we go. Come on. 2 of you and 2 of you. Whoopsies. Okay. Easy fix, easy fix.
Looking nice, looking nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that these alternate so that as they curve around the frame, like it minimizes the level of gaps between the panels. So that's
okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
You got those knocked out a lot quicker than I thought you were going to.
Yeah, I mean they're not too bad. All right, so this wants me to start building. Yep, the structure. Where are these gonna go in relation to the tires? Okay, so the first one with the big square panel is gonna go across directly from the tires right there. So then that needs to be 1 panel over from the Green Lantern symbol. So I need to figure out which panel that is. Which would be you. Okay, so some of these are going to be more complicated than others, though that's not right. Because that's... Alrighty. This is where stuff gets interesting. Okay. It's one of these that goes directly above the Mogo symbol, so I'm going to start with that structure. So that's actually pretty easy to figure out because it's just one of these and then some of these. No, wrong one. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, damn it. It's definitely the right piece. But that's not it. And that's not it. Did I use the wrong piece somewhere on here? Hopefully not, because that'll take a minute to find.
I hope not.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting. You can kind of see it coming apart a little bit. So that's the opposite piece, but I feel like I had more of those. Which is always what I say when I'm wrong, but have one. Wait, is that the one I just threw down? Yes. Aha! Here's the... No, it's not. Oh. How else would I have done that, then? Because I'm pretty sure I measured that out damn perfectly. Everything was going so well until now.
It was a flawless build until this very moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely no disasters until right now.
Never.
Yeah.
This whole thing has been perfect from moment one.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with the logic of this piece on the side is all the way at the back and not nearly as visible. So that's the better piece to have to replace later. Though I think I might have to do that again at some point, and hopefully I don't start... Oh, wrong piece to grab. Hopefully I don't start running out of pieces to steal. Oh, come on.
Design-wise, I am kind of curious why, like, the center equator is one big circle, but then the top and bottom are like those panels that you're making, as opposed to like several small rings, or just doing everything as a panel.
I mean, it is all panels though, because like, you know, I look at the section there. That's a panel. That's a panel. That's a panel. It's just they, you know, I think to an extent there's the economy of parts. Because you can't, you know, have an infinite budget for your Lego set that has to be sold. So they need to try to save some money back where they can. But I guess conceptually I could have not had to deal with that problem and just made, you know, an infinite piece set that, you know, minimized all these gaps and but that's a lot more design work than, at least at the time, I was interested in doing.
Well, and I don't even necessarily mean like more design work. It seems interesting that like you're basically going about building the planet with two separate design philosophies, and I'm just kind of curious if there would have been a way to do it with just one or the other.
I don't know, because you need like making a ball is really hard with Lego. So I'm not sure if there was another way around it or not.
Because maybe just the center, it's like a necessary structural integrity. There would have been no other way to do it, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, because you gotta like create the curvature there, but that kind of gives you the idea of how this is all going to come together. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, yeah, so the dome piece is just going to sit on the top of there to create the final part of that curve. So, I don't know, it's interesting. I've not seen anyone like make a globe out of Lego before. I think there's probably different ways to approach it, but like it would just be incredibly chunky to do it certain other manners. So is this piece I need? No. This one. Yes. Okay, so we're just gonna follow those pieces and try our best. I might need to buy more Azure wing pieces. Oh no, I've got to make a Lego order. Oh, this is the worst thing ever.
Tragedy. Take all of your suffering away and give it to Jeff Bezos.
Oh, okay, and then no, I left the top of that empty, so that's good. Alright, so then you would go here. Gotta remember to do this bit on camera. Um, yeah, okay, so there we go. So you see, like, there's still gaps that occur between the things, but it's just trying to minimize those as much as possible. And by the time it's all closed up, it'll be so dark in between them that hopefully you won't see those gaps. I might try getting. I've got a shit ton of them in green, I think.
I bet you do.
I might try getting a bunch of these pieces in white to see if I could like use them inside here to fill some of those gaps. Hold on, let me do this operation at not camera level. Yeah, there we go. So I might try to do like that with those pieces that have this little half plate step to try to fill the gap. I'd need a shit ton of them in white though, so might think about that. Might. Okay. And then what goes on the other side of that one? It's this structure again. So I'm using one of these again. Just right there, as close to the side as it can go.
Oh, wow.
It's just a 1x2 plate in Azure. I think it's a 1x2 plate. Yep, plate 1x2 Azure. Where are they at though? What did I do with all of them? How? Man, I must have done something wrong somewhere along the way. I don't know. I did not expect to have this many problems with the with missing parts, especially at this level. Because there's a lot of blue in Azure and stuff, but it's not that much. Maybe I don't think I would have used it. I was like pretty adamant about not using those colors when I was making. So I guess we're gonna just go back to the blue bin here and steal a blue 1x2 from them. If and I can find one. Ugh, 1x3s. Dang it, it's like right where I don't want there to be a compromise. This is so frustrating.
This is like the key part where you don't want to compromise, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's right on the, the central panels. I really am kind of pissed off right now.
Aww. It's like when there is the smallest stain on a white t-shirt and you're like, why would it be on here? Of all the places it could be, why right here?
Yep, pretty much. That's how that feels. And I'm not loving it.
It's not very Cash Money of you.
Yeah, this is incredibly not Cash Money. Okay, we're gonna leave that for later because I don't want to compromise this part of the build. I'll compromise other parts of the build if I can find
Tragedy.
1x2 plate anywhere. Yeah, there's one. Getting it, however. That's okay. There's a different one that's easier to grab. Thank God. Okay, we'll just keep fucking robbing Peter to pay Paul.
I saw a meme once where it was like, reaping, fuck yes, let's go. Sowing, oh no, not now.
I swear I remember that as a Onion headline of man who formerly reaped now sows, or man who formerly sows now reaps, or something like that, and it was so funny, and I can never find it again. All All right, so there's three of those panels that start to form the globe shape now. Gosh, I don't have room for you there.
The problem with Googling onion sowing reaping is that onions are food.
Yeah.
And you have to grow them. And so that's all you see. Fucking onions. Who could have seen this coming?
Yes. Why do bad things happen to good people?
Honestly.
Oh. So here's an interesting thing I tried to do with the Mogo build that I thought was kind of just a fun way to not make it just pure blue. We were talking about Mogo being blue in the previous stream. I tried, as I increased in elevation, or increased in latitude, let me call it, to go with different shades of blue. So there's like a lot of like the main color of the blue is this azure because it just looked the most like the right shade. But then like darker blues as you go further north and lighter azures and stuff as you go further south. I thought that would be a fun way to integrate and just, terraform.
Yeah, it's very much like you're trying to basically do an elevation map with Lego colors.
Yeah. So, all right, there's our 4 panels that we've done so far. Just kind of picked a direction and went with it for the 4th one. I don't know if that's exactly where the instructions wanted me to place them. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in any way, but, that's not happened so far, so everything's fine.
I went on the Onion website to see if I could find the article, but I found an even better one titled Teen on Brink of Experiencing Incredible Journey of Motherhood Instead Asks Boyfriend to Use Condom.
Oh. Wow.
I love the Onion, dude.
Oh, the Onion. Like, it's got to be the hardest job in the world right now. Like,
honestly.
Around, there was always, like, the level, like, it's been such a constant joke for the Onion of, like, oh, it must be so hard to work there with how crazy the world is, but, like, legitimately, as of late, I feel like the last decade of working at the Onion has to have been just pure hell.
Oh, this one's good, too. Years of listening to Grandpa talk about Dust Bowl pays dividends, an Instagram post honoring his death.
Oh. Yay. Oh. God. The Onion's just so funny. I love the Onion.
Oh my god.
Alright, so now that I know I'm building these in pairs, I think I'm going to pick up a little bit of speed because I'm going to try to build these at the same time. Even if that speed is just, I don't have to go back through the instructions again. We'll
At least
see.
you've had practice now.
Yeah, like once you kind of learn the process for it, 5, okay. Once you learn the process, it does get a little bit easier with the repetition. It's interesting that I'm using, so I talked about different molds. I took apart my brother's old Technic helicopter that I destroyed years ago, but I never wanted to disassemble. But then I thought, fuck him. So this is the newer mold of a bushing, and this is the older mold of a bushing, where they have these interlocking teeth, so you can actually put them together and they'll lock like that. They got rid of that, but it still serves the same purpose. It's the same thickness, so I just used those because it saved me maybe some money. I mean, it's a really cheap part, but doesn't hurt to to save a little bit of money where you can.
Channel handle 143 asks, "Is the Onion movie as bad as they say?"
I remember enjoying the Onion movie when I saw it years ago. I mean, it's not like, brain-breaking cinematic filming, but I remember enjoying it for what it was. I've not heard anyone complain about it.
It's a comedy, and I laughed. I mean, that's basically all I got on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I was talking about it because we watched the fucking Jet Li movie where the dude's just getting the shit kicked out of him with sticks and doesn't react at all. And it just put me in like a mood for Kung Pao again. I was just thinking about it at work the other day and just cracking myself up, just quoting the movie in my head.
Kung Pao, honestly, is just a masterpiece. I love that fucking movie.
Like, when I realized that it's also just him doing all of the voices,
oh, it's so good.
It is. It truly is. Like, I looked at an interview because I kind of realized that some of the voice... Like, what I realized is the narrator and Master Tang were, like, really close. And so I looked it up to see if I was right. And there was just an interview with him where he was like, well, yeah, so I've been, like, initially I was just doing the voices for, like, the rough cuts. And when we got to the point, I was like, okay, so who are we going to hire to voice Ling? And they just looked at him and went, what do you mean? That's her voice. We're not changing that.
Oh man, it's incredible.
Yeah, so like, no. Well, okay, fine, but like, what about Betty? No. All of them, you did the voices. We're not changing these characters' voices. It's too good. You can't change anybody. So I thought that was pretty funny. That it just
did you ever watch Galaxy Quest back in the day?
With Tim Allen? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good satire too. I remember laughing my head off at that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I liked Galaxy Quest. My thing with Kung Pao is because I'd seen another interview with him where he talked about like he just doesn't think he'd ever be able to do the promised sequel because none of the a lot of the actors actually never worked before again in anything else before or after.
Yeah.
And so he couldn't find the footage to do it and da. And I was like, man, I'm less interested in a direct sequel to Kung Pao than I am in just getting a making it a format, because the thing that's really interesting is he's the same guy that did all the Thumb movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like I just kind of wish he did that with Kung Pao. Like, I just want a version of fucking every genre of foreign film. You do another Japanese one with instead of martial arts, you do another East Asian one where it's fucking kaiju. I think would be so good.
Yeah, I mean, you could do like a kaiju one. You could do like a Sentai Tokusatsu style one.
Yeah.
You could even do like a super serious making fun of noirs kind of one.
Exactly. Like just if you get tired of doing, or you don't want to be feel like you're picking on the Asian film market, you could start branching out and do all the weird genre foreign films.
Yeah. You could do like a real stereotypical French film where everyone's just sitting in one room staring off into space.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about how good it would be, but yeah, the one I've always wanted on my bucket list is just, oh god, a kaiju one would be so good. Just find the shittiest fucking kaiju film you can.
Oh, I love kaiju movies. Have you ever seen any of the Godzillas outside of the original, or were you not big into those movies?
When I did the show with Bill, um, I got like that vicarious love that you kind of get for a property, even if you don't actually care about it, but like you just hear someone talk about it passionately for so long. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, Godzilla does sound awesome. All right, let's watch some Godzilla films. And I think I fell asleep through every fucking one of them.
Aw.
I do not like the films themselves. I'm either I'm either like bored because it's just showing the people and not the monsters, or I'm bored because it's just the monsters fighting and I don't give a shit.
Those are the two options.
Yeah, like it's just it. I've yet to find one that like really felt like it found the balance outside of like maybe Final Wars. But even then, nah, it's not like good. I'm just like sitting there watching Final Wars and I'm like, why are these like guys doing kung fu fighting? Like what? I didn't come to this movie for that. I'm sorry.
uh, if you're ever curious, the most recent Japanese Godzilla movie is called Godzilla Minus One.
Mm-hmm.
That one's really good, and you might appreciate it from just like a history perspective because it's set right in the aftermath of World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So the opening of the movie is a guy is a pilot, and he's supposed to kamikaze himself into an American ship, but he's a coward, so he doesn't do it. And then he sees on an island like a baby Godzilla show up and kill a bunch of people, and because he's a coward, he can't shoot at it. He runs away, and then after he gets back to mainland Japan, it's the end of the war, and everything's been destroyed, and the bombs have gone off, and he's just trying to like build his life again. And as that happens, Godzilla shows, and it's a really like potent metaphor for how do you even begin to put your life back together in a post-war country, except the imperial monster is Godzilla. It's a really good movie. It's really sad in places. The biggest problem with it, I think, is just the ending's a little too sentimental for how dark it opens. But I think you'd like that one.
Maybe. I don't know. I begin to just think that like Godzilla just is one of those things that's just not for me. Like I like Godzilla as a character. I like the one Godzilla thing I did really enjoy was the comic The Half Century War. And
Yeah.
There's a couple other Godzilla comics I was reading for a little while there, or just generally kaiju comics. There's a Kong series that was kind of cool. Back when I was more current. And I think that kaiju shit might just play better for me in comics than on film. I don't know
Sure.
though.
There's a really good Ram V comic from a couple years ago called Dawn Runner, which is all about kaijus are attacking the city, and capitalism has turned it into a sport. So now all the mecha pilots are like pro athletes, and they have stats for how many kaijus they've killed and shit.
I did like that about Pacific Rim, that like
Yeah,
they come and it's like really bad, but like the placement of the story for Pacific Rim I think is so perfect because it's not, oh no, kaiju showed up. It's like, no, we've just been living in this world for like a decade now. So the Jaeger pilots are like fucking celebrities and shit. It's so perfect.
Pacific Rim is such a good movie.
It really is. That's one of those like just great fucking blockbuster movies. I didn't watch the second one. I heard nothing good about the second one ever, but
You should not watch the second one. If you enjoy the first one, that's all you need.
yeah. I don't know, like, did they get Del Toro, or is he just like producer but not actually involved in it kind of situation.
I don't even know if he's a producer on it. They got Stephen DeKnight to do the sequel, and John Boyega starred in it, I believe. But Del Toro wasn't really involved at all, and it's not good.
I don't know what it is with that dude in Hollywood. Like, it seems like he just fucking prints money for them, and they just never run with his shit. And also, I'm reminded of, I think, my favorite Tumblr post of all time, which was, my sexuality is H.P. Lovecraft, but take out all the racism and make it horny. And someone just replies, I know this is you, Guillermo del Toro.
True. Yeah, he's gotten so many movies like in development that don't end up working out for one reason or another. Like, he was going to do the Justice League Dark movie for a minute. Mm-hmm. He was going to do the Hobbit movies for a minute. Yep. And that's just like his whole career. Like, for every one movie he makes, there's 5 he slaves away on that never happen.
Yeah, and then like every time when the script leaks, it's not only better than the movie that they like planned, it's just like objectively a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of why I was so disappointed when Frankenstein came out, because that was his passion project for years and years and years. And then I saw it and I'm like, oh no, this sucks. What happened?
I didn't hate it, but it's not as good as you hope when you hear, Del Toro's Frankenstein.
It's just too. It's one of those things where I think he maybe was in his head a little too much on that one, because we all know Guillermo del Toro loves the sympathetic monster, but in that one it's just too sympathetic that it just ruins the story for me.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. We did the whole episode on it, and I don't disagree with you. I think I still liked it more than you did, but it's still, it does feel like it's lacking something, and you might be right. It might just be that the monster's just too innocent again.
I wish we did the episode on it, because I remember Alfie picked it, and we never ended up recording that one.
Oh, we didn't?
No, we didn't.
Oh, well, I remember watching it.
Yeah, this was sometime last year. I know Alfie picked it, but like scheduling things just came up and we never got around to recording that one.
Oh, I thought we did. Okay. Thought we were like, well, fuck, we both watched it, so I guess we're just doing this without you. Sorry, man.
I wish. There was another Frankenstein movie that came out this year called The Bride. It was directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Christian Bale played Frankenstein's monster, and it was also not good. Yeah, it was set in like the 1920s or 30s in America, and it's a really strange movie because when it opens, it's Mary Shelley is talking to you from the afterlife. And she wants to do a sequel to Frankenstein. So she possesses some innocent lady and subsequently causes her to die. And then her body is reanimated as the bride of Frankenstein, while Christian Bale's Frankenstein is looking for a bride. And they have like a Bonnie and Clyde adventure through America for a little bit. It's very strange. It's got some cool ideas, but ultimately is not very good.
Yeah, I don't know why, like, we can't just make the fucking thing anymore, that, like, we need a special twist to it.
Yeah, because, I mean, just Bonnie and Clyde, but Frankenstein and the Bride sounds awesome. Just stop there. You don't need this whole Mary Shelley animated ghost thing.
Yeah, that immediately throws me off and makes me not want to watch it. You said Christian Bale, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and I was like, oh, bet, yeah, I'm going to watch that. And then you kept going, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not.
Jake Gyllenhaal is also in it, and he plays like an old school 1920s singing, dancing Hollywood actor, and he's really entertaining to watch in the background, but that's kind of the highlight of the movie for me. That's about it.
That's too bad.
Christian Bale does get like a musical number in the same style as Young Frankenstein, except they don't seem to understand that it's not a joke.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that information, Steve.
It's a very strange movie. There's just a weird musical number in the middle, but it's not supposed to be funny, and I have no idea what's happening half the time.
Alright, so there's another 2 of those, and yep, it wants me to start texturing. So we're going to find out what to do from the official, or from my build. I left more of this blank than I thought. That's interesting.
You can always add to it after the fact.
Too much land, because then it would look like just too crazy, and it would just be blue.
Very true.
These fucking tiles, I liked them so much while I was building digitally, and then I saw the price of them, and I wanted to scream. I legitimately considered rebuilding the entire fucking thing, not gonna lie, or redoing entire parts, but I just liked them too much to give it up.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay, come on, go down. There we go. Clip. Okay. Some of these clips, because I'm putting a bar in the technical, and some of these clips just do not go as nicely as others. It's interesting. Alright, so like that. And nothing else on this panel either. Woo!
That is actually a lot of white space. Wow.
Well, I mean, I could always add more if I wanted, but I don't know. I just think you don't want to do too much land, because, then what are you going to do with Mogo's Oceans?
Yeah, I mean, once you see the whole thing put together, you could also just, rearrange or break apart the land masses a little bit if you want to spread it out.
Well, it's also just the way Mogo works in the comics is there's some versions like the original image. If I were trying to make this 1-to-1, it would just be the ring. There would be no land up above. Period. So, gotta do what's gotta try to find that balance. So I put some land up above the ring's surface, but I didn't want to go too hard on it. So I got another one of these panels, or tiles rather, like that. One of you, no, not you, you, right there. The hell?
Very nice, very nice.
There we go. Gosh, couldn't get that to line up. Blue 1x1 tile. Got some islands going up north, and some
You're very close to
at the top.
You're almost got the whole northern hemisphere.
Yeah, it's coming together. There's some motion happening here.
Excellent.
I really wish I could have found. There's a slope piece that's like a little pyramid. I wish I could have found that in dark blue. I don't think it had that. It must be like a newer mold, because I don't think it existed in any kind of blue, and that was disappointing to me. But I did want mountains to have that dark blue look to them, specifically. Get that sense of elevation. All right.
Makes sense.
Oh, I've got one more panel, and that'll be half the northern... No, not quite half. The northern hemisphere, though. So we're getting places. We're going places. Doing things.
Lots of progress in very little time.
Yeah.
I always I never remember like how much I enjoy these streams because we started an hour and a half ago, but it feels like we just started a few minutes ago just because it's so much fun to watch you work on this.
I'm glad you're having fun. I'm having a great time doing it, so it's great to just have someone to chit chat with. Because like I get focused, and I'm sure the people watching the stream have noticed that I like lose track of what the fuck I'm talking about and get distracted. But so there's our panels so far. I get distracted and such, but I don't know. It's different because I can't like listen to a book while I'm doing Lego. I've tried that a couple times,
Right.
but I just get way too mentally focused on this stuff. And so,
Yeah, there's a little too much like active problem solving to pay attention to a book while you're doing this, it seems like.
yeah, I think so. I think that's basically what it boils down to. Because like I'll do that at work too. As work is where I listen to most of my audiobooks and stuff. But I have to like on occasion I have to just pause and like actually think through what I'm gonna do about shipping this thing or that. So okay, hold on.
Something
Need to lock in here.
Something I've noticed is from March to August, I end up making much fewer Gundam kits because I realize most of the time when I'm building, I'm watching football in the background. Because that's just enough of a distraction where I can pay attention and still work on the kit without losing focus.
Mm-hmm.
So if football isn't on in the background, then I'm just less enticed to work on something.
That's funny. Yeah. It's a lot easier to make these panels in doubles, though, that's for sure. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I do really enjoy listening to books, though, so a lot of the time while I'm driving, because, most of the time I'm not active problem solving while I'm driving. I'm just more physical response than mental.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but that's where I am.
I don't listen to a ton of audiobooks, but I do listen to a lot of podcasts, and that's usually what I've got going on in the background when I'm like doing the dishes or driving to work or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did podcasts for a little bit when my work first let us finally have headphones after fucking years. And I enjoy that to an extent, but after a while it's just I'm either listening to a podcast that's just kind of like, got that morning zoo quality, or I'm listening to people talk about things and I'm like, why don't I just listen to, or why don't I just, like, experience the thing?
Most of the time,
vicariously through others getting that.
Most of what I listen to is I listen to a leftist tech podcast where he's always interviewing like people who have new books coming out on the tech industry or new articles. Mm-hmm. So I'll listen to that, like listen to them talk, and then be enticed to read the article or read the book or pre-order the book or something. That's and then during like the fall or just any kind of sports season, I'll listen to like NFL Daily or something like that just to kind of catch up on games where I can kind of tune in and out based on what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that sounds fun. I don't know. I've gotten less interested in podcasts because, one, there's just so many of them, and who has the fucking time?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I still don't understand how, like, Patreon works as a model for people to, like, have careers from. Because I'm just...
Oh, it's crazy, yeah.
I just couldn't see myself doing a lot of Patreon support. Like, I don't get that passionate about that many, like, different things, and I'm like, I'm assuming if someone donates to one person on Patreon, it's probably not just the one person, so I don't
Yeah.
know. That's a lot of investment, man.
I feel lucky that I'm just big enough to get like $50 a month from Patreon to write about comics, so that tends to work out pretty well.
Mm.
But I'm never going to be like sustaining off of a Patreon or sustaining off of things I've written because I just don't get paid for it very often.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And that's probably like a better place to be because for me, like, I just don't want to do a lot of that stuff as a career.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
those are my hobby things. Those are things I find fun, and like I do the YouTube side of things not in the hopes of getting big, but it just gives me a good excuse. It gives me like that nudge or what have you to make me do it. You know, to make me
Yeah.
set aside the time to go do the thing instead of just get caught in like a doom scroll or whatever. Um, and also, keep up with my friends. That's always good too. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing about Geeky Gentlemen is that we just get a chance to talk to each other once a week.
yeah, it's a good excuse to just, hang out and shoot the shit and post it for, maybe 50 people to listen to. I'm always surprised when an episode, I'm like, oh wow, 100 views, banger episode. Meanwhile, there's other YouTubers where if they only got 100 views, they'd literally like fucking end it all.
There are days where I miss making videos because I'll think of something I want to write and an idea will pop into my head of like how much it would hit harder if I was able to show it visually. Mm-hmm. And then I just have to convince myself that writing is better.
I do miss the Steve Baxi video essays. I feel like you were on the cusp of that format. I feel like I saw you doing video essays before a lot of people. And now that's like the hot new thing.
I piggybacked off of people who did like really short form video essays, which I really liked. And I was trying to get away from doing like the long narrative ones that have become popular lately.
Mm-hmm.
But even when you do a short one, the editing is just so taxing because you're trying to like sync up clips for every couple of seconds or trying to do little transitions to keep it visually interesting. And I just didn't have the bandwidth for that kind of thing at this point.
That's fair. I understand. But I do miss the Steve Baxi videos. Those were the good shit.
I appreciate it. I enjoy writing about comics for the beat and stuff, though, just because I feel like that's a little bit more... I can write for like half an hour to an hour on a Saturday morning and get pretty far compared to how many hours it would have taken to make a video of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wrote about Alan Moore's 2000 AD recently, and it was a reasonably long review, but it took me almost no time to write it just because I was reading it, I had ideas, I was putting stuff down in Google Docs, and it just flows very quickly compared to like writing a script with the idea in your mind of I'm going to have to speak these words and I'm going to have to think of things to go with these sentences. And so there's just a lot more self-consciousness that goes into writing that kind of stuff for me.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. And like especially if you're not making, career kind of money or like, I assume your videos probably did better than what you're doing off of writing for the beat or Patreon or whatever, but like not significant enough to justify the workload, I'd imagine.
Yeah, like every now and then one would break through and make a decent chunk of change, but like nothing where like I can quit my job over it.
Yeah. Especially because like living on that political edge of stuff too, like that's where you'd start to worry about actual consequences to your job.
Correct. Yes.
I know you were doing like you weren't doing big boy job while you were with like Geekvolution, but I could just imagine the fucking jackasses what they would have tried to do with big boy job. Back then. Which is still crazy to me that you can get fired over shit from social media, but that's just the world we live in now.
Oh no, it's horrendous. I feel very fortunate that my work is so isolated from all that stuff that I don't have to worry about it, but it also makes me super conscious of what I put online nowadays
Yeah.
because like I've got like a retirement plan and benefits and shit I don't want to lose.
Uh-huh. No, I feel you. Here we are talking about Joey Steele. Um,
He's just staring ominously.
yep. Just chilling. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just Lego Superman. I just like the Henry Cavill with the mustache. I think they should have kept it. That's what that is. Uh,
That the whole mustache fiasco when they were filming Justice League is still so funny to me.
they, I don't know, because like I don't even see it. Um, I'm I'm bad at like. Sometimes I think it is just bandwagon, and sometimes I think I am just bad at recognizing that uncanny valley thing that other people have. Um, I don't know. It's in such
it
like a limited capacity that I didn't notice it personally. But that's just me.
I noticed it in certain shots more than others in that movie, but I just find like the backstory of that and like how Paramount and Warner Brothers were going back and forth over that mustache for so long, and like how they offered to pay for like the visual effects and stuff for putting the mustache on him if he agreed to shave it for Mission Impossible, or like doing a makeup one instead of a real one. Like all that stuff is so wild that there were all these millionaire lawyers arguing back and forth about whether or not Henry Cavill could have a mustache in one movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just fucking make a good movie the first time so you don't have to reshoot everything in 6 months
Right.
or whatever it was. Uh, but like thank God we got the Snyder cut, and it was just the thing that fixed art.
Of course, everyone still was reeling from the Snyder Cut and the Snyderverse at this point.
Dude, I just the fact that that came out and was so bad.
It's just not worth it.
Like people spent what half a decade whining like babies to get that thing, and then it was just arguably worse. I know there's people that say, well, at least it's cohesive. I'm like, yes, it's a cohesive piece of shit. Good for you.
It's also like it's not even like there was a cut of the movie that was buried and unreleased. They literally just shot more of the movie. Like it wasn't even what they promised.
Yep, they shot more movie. They threw like every piece of fucking B-roll in there. The thing that still gets to me is you could only tell that the Flash had super speed because his slow motion scenes had lightning in them.
There were some things about the Whedon cut that I found really entertaining, and it made me wish that he just got to do the whole movie. Like I like the bit where Flash is surprised that Superman also has super speed.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of cute. And I like the bit where Barry's overwhelmed when they're fighting the parademons, and Batman's like, just save one life and go from there. Like that all feels very quintessentially Whedon-y, and he could have expounded on more of that stuff if he had the time. But I mean, at this point, it's probably for the best that he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, particularly with like that coming. Wasn't that like just before the Whedon news dropped, or was it after? I forget.
It was just before. So the movie came out in 2017, and then the big essay from his ex-wife that started his downfall, I think, was 2018, 2019. And then the bigger stuff about like the abusive set behavior and sexually harassing the coworkers and stuff, all of that was more around 2021, 2022 timeline.
Okay, yeah. Like I remember the Ray Fisher stuff came out and was like, I don't know. Maybe I was the only one on the inside particular about Ray Fisher's. Like, I don't want to say the catchphrase. Well, then why'd you fucking agree to play the character, man? I don't know what you're doing here. Like,
it's also like I just also never liked Cyborg on the Justice League, so I just never found myself caring about that stuff.
yeah, but I'm just like, I don't want to say the catchphrase. Okay, then get someone else should just play this character then. Just straight up. Like, it's not even about like his acting ability. It's just I don't have time. We're not in 2008 anymore where Christian Bale can threaten to tie himself to a stone column if he has to go up in a movie with Robin. Like, I'm just not interested in that, like, diva, no, I'm making art, not, superhero movies. Like, you tell yourself whatever you need to get out of bed, but you fucking say booyah.
You signed up to be Cyborg. It is what it is.
Like, it just... I don't know. I'm sure he had, like, artur reasons for it, but then he also fucking did whatever the hell the Snyder Cut was with... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's... The Whedon Snyder stuff is interesting because I feel like it's a really good microcosm of everything wrong with people on the internet, because two things can be true at the same time. We can all accept that Joss Whedon's an asshole and should never work again, and also accept that the Snyder Cut is bad. Like, these are not mutually exclusive ideas. You can hate Joss Whedon all you want. That doesn't make the Snyder Cut good.
But, like, they needed it to be good, so just, like, any level of objectivity. The fact that, like, I don't think we would have gotten it if not for COVID. It's just, that era of WB just scrambling to try to find a way to make any money, and in doing so, losing more money. But yeah, I think if not for COVID, we never would have gotten it, and I think it would have been just better off. Like, people try to say it's better because at least it's cohesive, and I'm like, nah. It's just the fact that it's cohesive means it's worse, because that means that, like, this was what he wanted it to be. Like, this is the unadulterated version. Like, I don't know.
It also feels like, to me, you've got those contingent fan bases that are like, retcon The Last Jedi, refilm the ending of Game of Thrones, and all of those people are stupid and wrong, but the Snyder Cut is like an entire studio acquiescing to exactly that. Yep. So every time you go on the internet now and you complain about fandoms being entitled, well, the reason they're as entitled as they are is because of the Snyder Cut and The Rise of Skywalker, because those are two examples of a studio being like, yes, we will absolutely do what the bullies say. Yep.
No, those fucking movies suck so bad. I hate them so much.
You gotta respect, like, certain franchises or studios like Nintendo, for example, because Nintendo gets shit all the time about everything Pokemon, constantly. Mm-hmm. And they never change a goddamn thing. They never listen to their fan base. And they know they can do that because those losers will still buy the games.
No, Steve, tell me how you really feel about them.
And you know what? I'm not above it. I will also buy the games, but, like, I don't complain about it on the internet.
Yeah. No, it's like it's a weird place to be, isn't it? Of just kind of, like, accepting what you're going to get or choosing not to engage with it.
Exactly.
I don't know. Couldn't be me.
It's so funny.
Oh. Alright, so there's another panel added. And now... Oh, come on.
This is the Southern Hemisphere now?
No, we're still working on the, I guess the Western North Hemisphere.
Okay.
So, Getting some of the lighter blue. I put some, lighter areas up above and down below. Put some darker areas too, just to try to show that it's more about like elevation, not just hemisphere.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Just seemed like a cool idea.
I'm liking it. I'm very much liking it.
Thank you. Where I think these panels might finish off the northern hemisphere, but I could be mistaken. I might still need to make 1 or 2 more panels. I think that's going to be the end of the video tonight, though, when I finish the northern hemisphere. I think that'd be a good spot to stop on it.
Sure. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Oh, come on, clip. Come on, clip. Why won't you clip? There we go. Gosh, just not wanting to go down. Alright. Yeah, I did all this work to remove the panels from the build so I could, see it better, and kind of wish I didn't do that because that took a lot of time and ultimately was not that worthwhile. I'm having an easier time just going on and finding out from there. So here we are.
It's all trial and error.
Yeah. Okay, now so this is that. So it's just one of you right there, and one of you. Easy peasy. Okay. And then nothing on top? Question mark. Nope, nothing else. Okay, so that was a very minimal panel because this should be more behind the stand, I think. Alright, looks like I've got a couple more panels to build still. This will not be the last one.
You can do it.
I can?
You can.
You believe in me?
I do believe in you.
Okay.
You have the will.
I was getting real tired playing with the girls this morning. And Leah went upstairs to go get toys ready to play in her sister's room because she likes to do that sometimes. And I'm just like laying on the couch because I know it's going to take her a few minutes, and I was just going to let Sabrina kind of wander, but she starts like crying because she thought she'd been left alone. And she came up to me crying because like, oh, my sister left me forever and ever. And just the vibe. She didn't actually say it, but she's crying like that. And I'm like, no, we'll go upstairs. I just need to get some energy. She's just like looking at me. I'm like, come on, put your hands up. Give me your energy. And she did. I was like, yes.
Aw, that's so cute.
It was really funny. She's starting to understand me. Or like, it's very clear that she understands you now, but then she's also like so full of shit because when she doesn't want to do what you tell her, she'll just pretend she doesn't understand. But I love her. I promise.
It reminds me of there was a viral video from years and years ago where a mom is talking to her very clearly very young toddler, and the mom's like, when mommy says stop, you have to stop, okay? And the kid's like, I'm just a baby.
Adorable.
It's so cute. Self-aware, denying baby.
Kids. Kids are something else, man.
They are the best. Other people's kids are the best.
There you go. Oh. Yeah, that's the place to be. Other people's kids.
Absolutely. Anybody need a crazy Uncle Steve? I got you.
Yep. Alrighty. So that's good. And then we're doing this again. Got it, got it, got it. Just rinse and repeat tonight, really.
It's a good process. Very therapeutic.
Yeah. Zen.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time finding books about Chinese history. I'm not sure why I'm surprised, but I thought more of this stuff would be available. At least, like, maybe it's just my library doesn't have a big collection on it. I don't know. But I'm having a bit of a time finding the full extent of stuff. I'm lucky if I could find like a book specific to the thing I'm interested in instead of just kind of glossing over like having overlap with it, if that makes sense.
Does your library do interlibrary loans? Because, like, if you just try and, in general, search for a book, and if your library doesn't have it, you can maybe just put in a request to get it.
Well, see, I do everything through Hoopla. Hoopla and Libby. So I'm not sure if they do that or not. Like, I've put in one request and had it granted through Hoopla from what I could tell. But I just don't know like how rapid and how responsive they are of that.
I gotcha.
So yeah. And then also just the fact that like for me it's almost got to be an audiobook, so
right.
Some of that stuff just might not exist in that format. Hard to say. And then I have the weird problem of Hoopla and Libby should agree but don't always agree of what my library has, which is weird. But it's whatever. I'm a little disappointed that I caught up with the series I was doing so far, where it was like each volume was like a different era, and like not just this volume's all of the Han Dynasty. It's like beginning of Han Dynasty, Western Han Dynasty. Like, it just really went hard into the detail and stuff. And I was like, as I was listening to them initially, I was like, okay, well, this seems a little bit ridiculous. I'm sure that he's just kind of blending like some of the myth with the reality of what's actually known. And then I started doing like the more quote unquote scholarly stuff, and it's like, no, it's just that's what the sources say.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That seemed like a good series, though. Like it sounded like it was good, easy listening while still being really informative.
Yeah, like because for him, it was a story. Like he was really good at making it into a narrative, like not just doing dates and names. That's the big problem I have with a lot of things is I can get through it, but I don't care how boring the subject matter is. If you can take it to where it's not just dates and names, you are just doing the Lord's work at that point.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend about reading history books versus philosophy books, and we got to a similar conclusion of like the nice thing about reading a philosophy book is if you don't understand one sentence, the next 4 sentences are all designed to explain that last sentence. Mm-hmm. So at the very least, you don't have to get it immediately. Versus a history book where most of the time every sentence is its own unique idea and new bit of information. So if you get lost in one paragraph, you might just lose the whole thread of what's going on.
Yep. I definitely have that from time to time. So, like, sometimes I'll just have to go back a few minutes to try to, like, recenter myself. But I don't know. I don't do that super often. I do a pretty good job of, like, staying engaged and still trying to think about it critically, which is, dangerous work, but fun. Like I don't know, I was listening to that the 1421 theory, and I don't know, it's definitely like a more niche out there idea, but it was a lot of fun to listen to and just think about in that critical sense.
Yeah, and when you're doing stuff like that too, I think you notice like when I send screenshots and stuff of what I or pictures of what I'm reading. Part of the reason I like underlining is it keeps me paying attention to what I'm reading, and if I do have to go back and figure out something, I can just read the underlined parts instead of the whole paragraph because it'll still give me the idea I'm looking for.
Just reminds me of the one of my favorite jokes from Malcolm in the Middle, where Reese like really needed to pass a test or study for a test, so he was actually studying for the first time, and he just goes, "They told me when I find something important to highlight it, but this is useless," and then he just goes through the textbook and every single fucking line is highlighted.
Been there. There are some books I have on my shelf here where, like, if you open to any random page, every single line on that page is underlined.
That's hilarious.
I go through so many pens, man.
At a certain point, Steve, just underline the page number. Just like, okay, everything.
Well, legit, what I've started doing is I've just started dog-earing the pages.
Yeah, that's cute. Oh.
Yeah, so I do that, but then the problem is like, okay, great, I dog-eared the page, and then I dog-eared the next page, and I dog-eared the next page.
Just develop a photographic memory and get it just all in there.
Oh, of course, that's the way.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of the tragedy of some of these books, too, that I've got, because they're all dog-eared and underlined and read and reread, but some of them have gotten to the point now where, like, the spines are just giving out. And I don't want to buy a new copy because the new copy won't have any of my notes in it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. That's, I don't know, go photo scan them or something?
Yeah, I mean, that's an option. Or just, like, trying to transfer the notes over to, like, a notebook or something and just keeping it with the book. But it's unfortunate.
I don't know. I'm not sure what to tell you about that one. That's rough, buddy. In all my Stalin reading, it was funny to just like every so often someone would comment on the fact that he did that with a lot of his books too, is he just would write notes in them. But, like, a lot of them aren't, like, a, detailed thought or anything. It's just, the most common one is teacher, when it's something like, that's where Lenin got this from, is what that meant. Or this lines up with something Lenin thought. But then some of them are just, like, stupid bastard, or son of a bitch.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, that would fucking kill me. Just crude, rude-ass things that he'd write in the margins when I was going through this stuff about, like, the war years and his correspondence with Churchill and Roosevelt. One of the things that, like, the intermediaries, the representatives, would comment on to Churchill and Roosevelt because they wanted to know the details of, like, how did Stalin respond when you told him this? Because they were just all about this, like, personal dynamic together. And they, like, multiple times they're like, he just kind of sat there and doodled wolf heads. And I'm like, I keep meaning to Google image to see if I could find Stalin's fucking doodles of wolf heads.
That's hilarious. I've never doodled in a book like that, but I have done things like that before where I'll just put snarky comments in the margins about things I don't like or disagree with. So there are books here somewhere where, like, I've got a line underlined, then an arrow to the margin, then I just wrote LOL on there.
The archaeologists will have such a time with you.
There's a couple books I have I've got all of the English translations of Foucault's lectures from the 70s, and the later years they were recorded on tape, so they just transcribe the tape, and they're really easy to read. But for the first couple of years, there is no tape, so they're pieced together from his personal notes and from the notes the people listening took. So if you try to read them, you're reading a person's notes cobbled together from other people's notes, so there aren't incomplete sentences, and they're not in order, and there's a bunch of inserted words to try and turn them into complete sentences. And it's really funny because sometimes a line will come up and it's like a complete non sequitur, like he was like maybe putting something on a grocery list or something, but it's part of the notes, so it's reproduced there, and you just have to kind of either read it into the text or pretend like it didn't belong there anyway.
That's funny. That's so weird to do. Like, I don't.
It's really maddening.
Is it Foucault, or I feel like it's someone else where they installed a copy machine in his house after he died, and the philosophy students and researchers and stuff would just come and just start making photocopies of every piece of paper they could find in his house. And someone was just like, oh wait, shit, this is a grocery list. They realized halfway through translating.
There's a bit, I want to say it was Jacques Derrida. I think it was him. There's a bit where someone was publishing his journal, and in the margins he wrote something like "bring umbrella," and people spent a good bit of time arguing is this part of what he meant to write, or did he just need to bring his umbrella that one day?
Oh, that's funny.
There's a documentary on Netflix I watched a few years ago about counterfeit artists and how they'll counterfeit popular recognizable styles and sell them, and then run away and do it again. And they did it with Rothko, and they did some counterfeit Rothko squares. So the art experts were brought into the trial to testify about how it was fake. But then the art experts started disagreeing with each other about whether the fake was right side up or upside down.
Wow.
At that point, you just sort of lost the plot. You agree it's fake. Why does it matter?
I don't know. The world of art, of high art, is really fucking weird. That's my answer to that one.
This is true. It definitely is.
Oh, man, oh, man. Alright. Almost there. Got the skeletons built. Add the panels. Add the decoration. And then we are golden. So, biggest dickus.
Excellent. Yep. It's all coming together.
It's all part of the plan. Yeah, getting places, making moves, making money moves. Alrighty, there's that, and then 2 of you. 1, 2. They changed my grouping method halfway through on these. Alright, that's all good. Okay. So then, yep, on to decorating with the landforms. Where were we at? We're at this guy here, so go to one of you, and boom. Alright. I've figured it out. We've found our place here. So I'm just gonna get these guys together. Oh, that's an interesting placement, Ian. Instead of on a stud, between four studs. That's a tricky one to pull off. Good off center move though. I like it. All right, good job, past Ian.
You prepared yourself.
Yeah, no, it gets you off the grid, so to speak. It just makes it a little bit more interesting. I like it. It looks good. It works.
You probably ran into some of this in all of your communist reading, but one of the more positive things about people putting notes in their copies is back when Lenin was reading Hegel's logic to try and understand Marx, he put a note somewhere where he just put the word leap with exclamation point like 3 or 4 times. Mm-hmm. So like the note in the margin just says leap, 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 leap. And in the 30s or 40s, C.L.R. James, who was a major sociologist from Trinidad and a really big Marxist back in the day and a Trotskyist, he read Lenin's notes while he was also reading Hegel, and he turned that margin note, leap, 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 into like his own little personal mantra. Mm-hmm. About how to build a strong leftist political party, where every time he would come through some kind of difficulty or challenge, he'd always just think leap, leap, leap.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's been funny reading all this stuff because my takeaway has been I'm less interested in theory, just for the simple fact that like, so often they abandon it immediately depending on the situation. And then like
this is true. Yeah.
Retroactively make it work. And it's not just like any one person, like all of them do it. And it's really fucking funny to just see because like the Western ones just can't help themselves. They're like, and this didn't matter with communist theory. It's like, well guys, you're talking about the people that are all like, it's about the material condition. I don't really know.
That's sort of what I was thinking when I sent you that Trotsky quote about poets never really being ahead of time. Because I was just thinking like, Trotsky says people can never really be ahead of time. Maybe that's how he got that axe in the back of his head.
God damn. Oh.
Like it's so ironic coming from him of all people.
the level of like the fact Trotsky died in 1940, right? The fact that it's just been so long, and yet there are still people, admittedly on the internet now, but like the fact that these arguments about like Trotsky or Stalin, blah blah blah, have been going on for so long and have changed not at all, except that now we have memes, and I gotta be honest with you, man, just like purely abandon ethics, put all that aside, just on the memes. Oh my god, the Stalin is just fucking done.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. They got the memes, it's true.
Like once you have the memes, you've already won. It's already over. What do you mean they're winning? We've got them outnumbered 10-1. Yes, sir. But they've got the memes. Oh, fuck.
There's a reason Stalin is in the epic rap battle of history and Trotsky is not. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, there is just something to the fact that, like, the only reason really at this point that anyone knows who Trotsky is because he is a footnote to Stalin. And, like, I don't think there's anything you could tell Trotsky, like, that would make him more angry.
It's interesting, like, just how many of the theoretical anti-Stalinist Marxists become Trotskyists solely because they are anti-Stalin. Because that's the only real world opposition thought that a lot of them had was just, if you're an anti-Stalin, then you must be pro-Trotsky, and no one ever really thought of it more than that.
Yeah, it's interesting to like put that in conversation with Mao because like Mao's more in line with Stalin, but like also Mao's whole thing is like a very different, but a very like the wording almost got him killed of permanent revolution.
Yeah.
um, and so I thought that was really amusing. I was like, oh, like there when Mao like succeeded the revolution and stuff, there was like this timidness that maybe Stalin wouldn't approve of him still like give him like the seal of approval, which would make his climb to holding on to power much more tenuous. And
Yeah.
the people that didn't want Mao in power were trying to tell Stalin, no, he's a Trotskyist. Look, he's talked about permanent revolution. And so it's just really fucking funny how weird that passing of the torch really was. All right.
And at the end of the day, communist China's still a thing. Where is the Soviet Union? Where is Trotsky?
Yep. Like, where not just where's Trotsky, right? Like, where's the Trotsky revolution? Like,
Yeah.
there, for all the, no, he's just, it's more ethical, or we just care more, or whatever. Y'all have not managed one since. Like, what the fuck's going on? I think that was my favorite take that I saw from anyone. Like, with all the Trotskyists and their superior morals and all this stuff, where's their revolution? Where's it at? And someone goes, it was in 1917. It's like, okay, sure. Have that.
It's interesting how many, other insurrections or revolutions sprung up around the 20th century that all basically follow the same formula. Like, the Cuban Revolution is not a Trotskyist revolution in the slightest. China obviously isn't. The Soviet Union obviously isn't. So you gotta wonder, all these people who are anti-Stalin for one reason or another, you could make the argument, okay, be anti-Stalin and dislike Soviet Union, Soviet Russia, whatever. But, what about all the other places that are following the same playbook? Are we pro them or are we anti them? What's the deal with that?
I mean, that's kind of why, the argument of, oh, well, they're just wreckers or whatever gets, thrown around. It's like, well, legit, though, are they? Because they've never managed a successful one, so what do you do with that? Is it just that it's just bad theory, or at that point, is it intentional? Because, the thing that's really interesting, and I don't, you're more the theory guy, so you might have more to say on this, is you can draw a pretty direct line between Trotsky and George W. Bush. And it's fucking fascinating. Because, the thing that people really started to notice and that got, a lot of hate on Trotskyism is a lot of the neocon movement. It's all just guys who said, oh, well, I was interested in leftist politics, but of course I was uncomfortable with the Soviet Union. So I got into Trotsky, and then I just, grew up and realized that I needed to be a conservative. And I'm like, I don't know what happened here.
There is also a very real history of the American Communist Party that had Trotsky sympathizers, was also among the earliest and quickest to be invaded by the FBI. Mm-hmm. So the American Communist Party was functionally useless for most of its history because it was just filled with feds, and all the feds were just talking about Trotsky all the time. So how much further could you really get with that? There is also something to be said about the weird sort of moral superiority that comes both with Bush's doctrine of you're either with us or against us, and Trotsky's idea of a permanent revolution, where they're not one-to-one, but like you said, you can draw a very clear line from that line of thinking to that.
Well, it's also just like Trotsky, like having a very clear emphasis on interference, outside interference with other people's revolutions. That like every revolution needed to be guided by the successful state or whatever, and that just like and that was one of the big splits between him and Stalin, is this idea of like, no, we need to focus on our state and let these other guys attempt to do their own thing, and we can't just guide them from without. And again, like that, it has mileage, and there's obviously, in particular with Stalin, there's like, yeah, but except this time. Like generally speaking, but not right now, not with Spain, not here. And I think like that came more of like, yes, we maybe like the unspoken part of it, I guess, is the way I think of it is, yeah, but only when it's actually advantageous. We're not going to put ourselves at risk in a global context just to, roll these fucking dice. We're going to make those moves when it is advantageous for us, when there's a direct advantage, not just for this other country's revolution, but also for our established state.
Right.
Which gets, I feel like, twisted into NC, so it's only about what benefited the Soviet Union. It had nothing to do with what actually benefited other revolutions, like little column A, little column B. It doesn't, those ideas are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that like so much of the is defined by proxy wars, because the relationship between the other countries that might become communist and the Soviet Union is just as important as keeping control of the Soviet Union from within.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
There's a.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a feminist philosopher about that this entire problem between theory and practice, where she says if it isn't good in practice, then it probably wasn't a very good theory to begin with.
That's an interesting. Yeah, no, I mean that's. It seems like one of those things where like, yeah, sure, but how do you make that work? Every what's that line? No battle plan survives contact with the enemy.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like that. Of like, you can only be so stringent on this stuff. You can only be so focused. At a certain point, you do kind of just have to take your hand off the wheel and see what's going to come of it.
And that's like the pragmatist answer to a lot of these things. Like, according to pragmatism, the definition of truth is just whatever works. If it works, then it's true. It doesn't go deeper than that. So, like, the top-down prescriptive methods of socialist theory versus the practical realities of socialist theory, to a pragmatist, that doesn't make any difference one way or the other. It's just, if you do it and it works, then you're good. You don't have to reverse engineer a theory from it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've messed up. Okay, whatever. It's fine. All right. Made another compromise. Not happy about it, but here it is. I'm a little peeved about the compromises, so I'll have to go through and...
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's okay. They're not terrible. I probably am going to be the only one that really notices them. I don't know where else I would have used that curve piece, but... Maybe there? Maybe that should be... Let me try that instead. Because even if it doesn't work perfect, it should work enough. Because I don't like that that's two separate colors right there. That doesn't work.
Just remember our good buddy north of the border. It's not just good, it's good enough.
I love this shit so much, man.
It's
Oh.
true. Every time you mess something up, just remember it's good enough.
All right, so there is the northern hemisphere of Mogo. I don't know if it wants me to do this yet, but I'm gonna just do it, just to say it's done. I can always take the piece off later. Get my hand under there again. I'm having a hard time picking this up to get to anything. Okay, doesn't want that on yet. I need to attach something else eventually, but there you go. That's what the entire northern hemisphere of Mogo looks like.
It looks so good.
Uh-huh. Get a full rotation for you. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a planet, baby, right round, round, round. Alrighty. So I think that's where we're going to end things for tonight. Longer one, for sure. 2.5 hours, I think. But lots of fun. Steve, thanks as always for doing this.
Anytime, man. I'm excited for us to do the bottom half at some point in the future.
Yep, maybe another week or two. We'll see. Alright. Catch y'all later. Bye-bye.